What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Wednesday. It is May 3rd, and we are back bringing you a breakdown of all of the games that are going on today. So, some of these games are early only, including this game. As of right now, the making of this video, Scherzer's not available. So, this game is not available on the current slate. It might be single game, so we'll kind of discuss it, but other than that, we'll go through it, and we'll look at everything here. Any comments, questions, concerns, get them down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see in these videos. That is kind of the point we want, so would love to make these videos as all-inclusive as I possibly can. So let me know what we're missing, what you would like to see. Comment that down below. If you want to win a free month of MLB DFS plus sports betting, all you got to do is be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment of some sort, because if this video gets 50 likes, we will pick one random person from the comments with random.org to win a free month. If you want to win a free month of just MLB DFS, be a subscriber, like the video, tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning they're going to hit it in. That being said, we're going to jump right into it. I mean, we kind of already discussed this yesterday. This game got rained out. Joey Lucchesi versus Joey Wentz. This is part of the early-only slate, so we can see that. If you do have any questions, it's the same thing. Lucchesi as a GPP, I don't mind. Joey Wentz, kind of the same thing. Early only. The Wednesdays, to start the season anyway, are normally where we're seeing these early only or like early starts on Wednesdays, which it's okay. I'm not a big fan of it. But yeah, we're early into May, and we're still seeing that. So we'll look at that. Other than that, the same jumps. Like, I won't have much exposure to this game. I usually don't play the early only. Just kind of looking at this. I mean, he's, 7 plate appearances. Not much. We used him last time, and he had a really good game. So I don't mind him against Detroit. Joey Wentz, same thing. Both are GBP for me, though. And then this game isn't available as of the making of the video, so I really don't want to touch on it. But if they do make this game available somewhere, Scherzer against his old team as a favorable matchup. I know he struggled to start the season. It's coming off his 10-game suspension for the foreign substance or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, if he is in the game, I do love Scherzer here against the Tigers, his former team. Lorenzen, 70 plate appearances against him, 258 batting average. So the bats, and we kind of went over this yesterday's video before this got canceled. Yeah, Starling Marte, 6 for 17, 2 doubles, a home run. Lindor, 2 for 9. So, I mean, there's not a lot. Probably looking at just Scherzer in this one. Excuse me. Next game, Diamondbacks at the Rangers. You got Brandon Pfaadt versus Andrew Heaney. Heaney got roughed up a little bit against the Yankees. He's been hit or miss this season. Diamondbacks, I mean, in 14 plate, they haven't seen him. 14 plate appearances, 35.7K percentage. I mean, looking at that, 3 players. 0 for 7, 1 for 4, 1 for 3, so the numbers are there. Ketel Marte was part of our premium. He was part of our sports bets yesterday and came through with a home run early in the game. So, honestly, I don't mind Andrew Heaney for GPP. Same thing with Brandon Pfaadt. It doesn't matter. I won't be doing much cash in the early only just because there's so many. I think there's 5 games. So normally anything less than like 6 or 7, I usually just go with GPPs. So I don't mind Heaney here, and you go with Brandon a little bit. Again, if you're if you're making 20 lineups, of course you can have exposure to these 2 right here. Another one, the Giants at the Astros. We saw Anthony Desclafani last night blank the Astros. I think they won 2-0. Didn't have very many strikeouts, but got efficiently through the game and got the W. Logan Webb against Framber Valdez. Webb, 15 plate appearances, 167 batting average. He has good numbers. Again, though, the problem is It's the Astros. At any given time, they can go off. So this is something just kind of monitor. But looking at this, I don't mind Webb. I would like this if it's a little bit more if it was in San Francisco, but we'll take what we can get. And then Framber Valdez, on the other hand, 24 plate appearances against him, 25K percentage, 286 batting average against him. I mean, that's not much, so the numbers are probably skewed. It's probably a couple of players. Mitch Haniger, 3 for 11 with a double. And that's, I mean, yeah, there's not much else. So you got 273, 333, and then the rest are really, it's 1,000, but I mean, it's 1 for 1. So I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think both are probably GPP, but you couldn't go wrong. It could be another low-scoring game. As long as the strikeouts are there, we're going to get fantasy points out of these guys. Reds at the Padres is next. Luis Cessa versus Seth Lugo. Cessa, 40 plate appearances, 270 batting average. Only striking out 22.5. Seth Lugo, 16 plate appearances, 25K percentage, 214 batting average. Honestly, I want nothing to do with Luis Cessa. Every single time he comes up on this page in these articles, you see that I'm a huge fan of stacking against him, and it usually pays off big time. So I am all over a San Diego stack here. Cessa comes in 1-3 record, 9.55 ERA here. I want to see his numbers lately. Against Oakland, 5 innings, 3 earned runs. It's Oakland, though, so, it's not the best stack. Against Pittsburgh, gave up 2 earned runs. Against Philly on April 16th, only went 3 innings, gave up 14. They let him go 14 hits before they pulled him. 14 hits, 11 earned runs, minus 24 fantasy points. Against Atlanta, the start before that, 7 hits, 3.2 innings, 5 earned runs, minus 1 fantasy points. The most amount of strikeouts he's had in one game is 4. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at a San Diego stack. Hasn't seen a ton of them, but the ones that just jump out that have seen him or hit him in the past. Bogart's 5 for 16 with 3 doubles. So, Bogart's got the night off on Tuesday. I don't think it's an injury. I think it was just a day of rest, so he should come back. Feel pretty good. Machado, 3 for 9 with 2 home runs. Juan Soto, 2 for 2 against Cessa. Both of his hits are home runs. Absolutely stacking the Padres here. Absolutely. That's what I'm looking at. Phillies at the Dodgers is next. Aaron Nola versus, as of right now, to be announced. Nola, 174 plate appearances, 226 batting average, striking out 17.8. Absolutely taking Nola here. I think he'll go a little bit under-owned, especially against the Dodgers. I will take my chances here with Nola. Then we got the Pirates at the Rays. You got Mitch Keller versus Shane McClanahan. Keller's only faced him 12 times, giving up a 273 batting average, striking out only 16.7. And then McClanahan, 21 plate appearances, 150 batting average, 38.1 K percentage. So, I mean, that's obviously skewed with only 21 plate appearances. And, yeah, Miguel Andujar, is he on the team? Did they have to call him up? I had no idea about that. We saw the Pirates lose, I think it was 4-1 yesterday. Let's see. That's kind of crazy. I want to see, is Andujar being used as a third baseman, or is he being used as... I guess, you know what? Had no idea Andujar was called. Oh, he was just recently called up. He did get Tuesday off. Back-to-back games, he had a home run. Always loved him on the Yankees. Just never, he did really well. Almost was in the Rookie of the Year running, lost to Ohtani, and then got hurt and was never the same. It's kind of funny, but a lefty on righty, if he gets in there, I don't mind him. McClanahan's just good. Oh, it's just a fact. So I don't mind Andujar. But this is the kind of game that it's like, okay, the Pirates, how are they as good as they are right now? They just lost to the Tampa Bay Rays, who are one of the best teams in baseball right now. Write them off. Honestly, a sneaky stack I think might be Pittsburgh. So kind of looking at Andujar, Brian Reynolds, McCutchen, Sawinski, Cabrian Hayes. It really just depends on who's out there in the lineup. I think a cheaper option would be Andujar if he does get the call-up. Next game, you got Braves at the Marlins. You got Kyle Wright versus Braxton Garrett. Kyle Wright, 68 plate appearances, 121 batting average, striking out 35.3% of those batters. And then Braxton Garrett, 43 plate appearances, 206 batting average, 16.3. So Marlins bats that have had success against Wright. I love Wright here. Jazz is 0 for 10 with 7 Ks. That's a crazy number. Gene Segura 1 for 11 with 3 Ks. Garrett Cooper does have a home run. Jesus Sanchez 2 for 6 with a triple with an extra base hit there. Other than that, I mean, there hasn't been much. Just 1 home run given up. I love Kyle Wright in this one. Started off the season hurt, come in. I like him there. Braxton Garrett, the Braves bats that have had success. Just looking at them. Austin Riley 0 for 5, so nothing going on. And struck out 3 of those times, so that's something to pay attention to. We did see Acuna. He left the game early on, he got hit in the shoulder on Monday. Then he was out. Didn't know if it was broke, MRI, X-ray, whatever he got. But he came back Tuesday, had double-digit fantasy points, 18.5 on Fanduel, got a stolen base and a walk and a double. So he's back. I know he's only 1 for 4 there, but I do like him. I do like a Brave stack here. I will be looking at some Brave stack righties against Garrett there. Cubs at the Nationals is next. Marcus Stroman versus Jake Irvin. Stroman, 64 plate appearances, a 293 batting average, striking out 20.3 K percentage there. This one kind of is... I don't know what to think about Stroman. I mean... I'm confused on this one. Because against Miami, his last start, 6.1 innings, only 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 26 fantasy points. Against the Dodgers, he gave up 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Oakland, 5 strikeouts. Seattle, 6 strikeouts. Texas, 6 strikeouts. Milwaukee, 8 strikeouts. So he started off really strong. He's kind of coming back down a little bit. He's averaging 35 fantasy points per game on FanDuel, and he is super expensive there. And his numbers aren't the best against them. Candelario, 3 for 11 with a home run. Lane Thomas, 5 for 9 with 3 doubles. That's 3 doubles out of 5 hits. Luis Garcia, 2 for 8 with a double. Keibert Ruiz, 3 for 7 with 2 home runs. So, I mean, he's been hit well. This is the tale of 2 Marcuses. He's really tough on Twitter, and he was really tough on the field to start. So, when you combine both of those, he was unstoppable for us. Now he's kind of getting lit up a little bit. It is the Nationals, though, but they have hit him well. I think people are going to see these numbers and maybe stay clear from him. I think Stroman could be a GPP option just because we know when he is on, he is good. I'm trying to look, and all of his starts that have been good were at home. Now he's on the road. Hasn't faced them this year yet. On the road, well, I mean, he faced Oakland on the road, but that doesn't count. On the road versus Miami, only had 3 Ks, 26 fantasy points. So I like Stroman as a GPP option, but if I'm not going with that route, I'm looking at the Washington bats that have had success against him that we looked at. Next game, the Guardians at the Yankees. Shane Bieber versus Clark Schmidt. Basically, almost an automatic win for the Guardians because Clark Schmidt is trash. Shane Bieber, 83 plate appearances, 274 batting average. The way they're playing right now, get Bieber in there. I know they won yesterday, but it was a struggle until late into the game. The starter went out, I believe. Then they piled on. So, yeah. I mean, Bieber, his numbers are at 274, but he's a strikeout machine. He's a stud. Clark Schmidt is just terrible. I know they've had injuries. I know the Yankees, out of their 26-man roster, 13 of them are on the IL. Don't care. There's got to be someone better than Clark Schmidt down there that can pitch. Andres Gimenez, 2 for 5 with a double. Ahmed Rosario, 2 for 3 with a home run. I would not be surprised if Clark Schmidt gives up a couple bombs early. So here is the contest for the day. Anyone who's a subscriber, likes this video, and comments something about Clark Schmidt will be in the running. If Clark Schmidt gives up less than 2, so it's the over-under 1.5 home runs. So he gives up 2 or more home runs, I win. If he gives up less than 2 home runs, one of you who comments will be chosen randomly and will be given a free month of MLB plus sports betting content. If you leave a comment, we'll randomly choose you with random.org. So you have to like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me Clark Schmidt will not give up 2 home runs. And if that is the case, one of you will be a winner. So another way to win a contest here. Just so you know, he'll probably give up 3 or 4 home runs. I wouldn't be surprised. But you never know. So get in here, get the contest. It also sees if you guys are still watching the video. I'm looking at the Guardian stack. Not looking at Schmidt. Would look at Bieber here. Blue Jays at the Red Sox is next. Alek Manoah versus Nick Pivetta. Manoah, 63 plate appearances, 15.9 K percentage, 224 batting average. And then Pivetta, 164 plate appearances, a 319 batting average. I'm looking at Manoah for pitching. I'm not looking at Boston bats. I'm looking at Toronto as a stack. Pivetta should get lit up here. Looking at the numbers, Bo is 10 for 24 with 2 doubles and 2 home runs, batting .417. Vlad is 5 for 22 with 1 double, 2 home runs. Springer's 8 for 18 with 2 doubles and a home run. Biggio, if he gets a start, which I don't know if he will, 5 for 14 with a double and 2 home runs. I mean, Witt and Brandon Belt, they all have home runs. So yeah, I'm absolutely stacking the Blue Jays against Nick Pivetta in this game. Twins at the White Sox is next. Louis Varland versus Dylan Cease. Varland, 16 plate appearances, hasn't given up a hit. I have not a clue who this person is. I'm assuming it's some sort of opener who's not a starter. I could be wrong. Okay, he only has faced the Yankees for 6 innings in mid-April. 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. I do not remember him. 37 fantasy points, and that's it. So he must have just got called back up. Because Tyler Mahle got hurt, so the problem is Varland holds a 4.2 ERA and a 25 to 4 K per walk ratio in 15 frames with AAA. So not a ton of frames, must be more of a long relief arm. The White Sox are very hit or miss there. So GPP-wise, I don't mind Varland. Cease, on the other hand, 152 plate appearances, 187 batting average. He would be more of a cash option there. Any of the Twins bats that have had success against him, we're looking at, Max Kepler, 6 for 20 with 3 home runs. Jorge Polanco, 5 for 15 with a double and a home run. Willie Castro has a home run. Joey Gallo, 1 for 4 with a home run. Gallo's always a GPP pick. You never know what you're going to get there. I would take Varland for GPP. I would take Cease for cash. Orioles at the Royals. You got Cal Gibson versus Zach Greinke. Gibson, 82 plate appearances, 152 batting average. I actually like him here. I know Kansas City put up runs on Tuesday night. I don't care. Kansas City's still a bad team. Flip side of that, they seem not to score any runs for Greinke. And if you've watched our videos at all, you know I love stacking against Greinke. 54 plate appearances, only 13 K percentage, 340 batting average against him. I'm looking at a Baltimore stack here. Mountcastle, 5 for 9 with a double and a home run. Love that. Cedric Mullins, 4 for 8 with a home run with a double. Ryan O'Hearn, 2 for 7 with a double. So I would look at a stack probably of Rushman, Mountcastle, Hayes, Mullins, Jorge Mateo, and somewhere in that order. It just depends on who's in that lineup. So avoiding Greinke like the plague, looking at Baltimore as a stack, and I don't mind Gibson as a GPP pitcher. Angels at the Cardinals, you got Shohei versus Miles Mikolas. Shohei's never faced him before. I mean, he's a stud. That's all I've got to say. Shohei is absolute stud. That's why he's the picture of this video here. I am not looking at any of the Cardinals bats, I am looking at Angels as a stack against Mikolas. Who have had success? Renfroe, 3 for 14 with a home run. Anthony Rendon, 5 for 11 with a double. Mike Trout, 3 for 7. Taylor Ward's not on this list, but he had a 3-run home run to start the game last night. Wouldn't be surprised if he does that again. So, I'm avoiding Mikolas. I'm not looking at any of the Cardinals bats. I'm looking at Ohtani and then an Angels stack that we just talked about. Brewers at the Rockies. You've got Eric Lauer versus Kyle Freeland. Battles of the lefties. Lauer, 88 plate appearances, giving up a 358 batting average. I'm not liking taking a pitcher in Coors. I know it was a lower scoring game yesterday. I don't care. Against Lauer, Blackman, 12 for 24 with 3 doubles and 2 home runs, batting .500. Chris Bryant, 3 for 9 with a double and a home run. Elias Diaz, 4 for 12. CJ Cron, 1 for 9. Jonathan Daza, 3 for 10 with a home run. So Alan Trejo has a home run as well. So I would be looking at Blackman, Bryant, probably CJ Cron, maybe Pro Farks. If he gets on, he could get some stolen bases too. Flip side of that, Freeland, 54 plate appearances, 102 batting average, striking out 32% of those batters. They haven't really had much success against him. Luke Voigt's 2 for 8 with 2 doubles. He could be a cheaper option. Christian Yelich doesn't have a hit. Willie Adames doesn't have a hit. Jesse Winker's 2 for 6. If you want to go contrarian, you could go Kyle Freeland for GPP, just because I think it'll be very underowned being in Coors. And then you could look at those bats, maybe Freeland and then a Colorado stack. Mariners at Oakland is the last game. You got Logan Gilbert versus JP Sears. Gilbert, 42 plate appearances, has given up a 385 batting average, only striking out 9.5%. And then JP Sears, 26 plate appearances, 130 batting average, 26.9 K percentage. So looking at the bats here, Oakland that have kind of hit him in 42 plate appearances. Tony Kemp's 8 for 16 with a double and a home run, which is a 500 batting average. Ramon Laureano, 2 for 7 with a home run. Shea Langoliers, I think is how you say it, 1 for 3 with a home run. So I don't mind them. But again, it is Oakland. You never know. You could look at Oakland as a stack, GPP stack. It is in Oakland, though, so that's a bigger ballpark. And then JP Sears has had success against them. We saw they really couldn't put many runs up on Tuesday. So I don't, honestly, if you want to get a little bit weird on this slate, you want a late night hammer, look at Sears for GPP, and then look at Oakland as a stack. So there you go. There's the breakdown of all of the pitchers, all of the bats on the slate. If you have questions, let me know. Those 3 contests we got going on to win free content, get with them, guys. And yeah, that's really all I've got. We have no weather concerns. We do have some wind going on, but other than that, as of right now, no weather concerns to speak of, which is awesome, and we'll keep it that way. So good luck on this slate, and as always, you know what to do. Let's bring them some bacon. Peace.